Assalamu alaikum Pakistan, मैं हूँ Erin Holland and this is your sassy stats queen bringing you episode number 5. That is episode 5 of the HPL PSL match analysis on behalf of Jubilee Insurance. Now this is a huge episode, so strap in, get the popcorn and relive every awesome moment that we had in the last 4 matches of HPL PSL. It's going to be a biggie, lots to talk about. Match 11 was Peshawar Zalmi taking on the Karachi Kings, and Karachi Kings won the toss and decided to have a bowl first. I mean, tricky conditions in Karachi right throughout their leg of the tournament. Zalmi managed 147 runs for the loss of 8 wickets though, a very mediocre score even for that tricky Karachi wicket. A handy 37-run stand between Mohammad Haris and Hussain Talat came off just 27 balls with 6 falls off it. In response though, Karachi chased it down 148, but not without a fight from Babar Azam and his Zalmi. They lost 8 wickets along the way, keeping the game alive right to the very end, but David Warner and Khushil Shah added the crucial 30 of 23 balls, breaking the back of that scoreboard pressure, including 4 boundaries. With that, Karachi sealed the match, winning by 2 wickets, and it was a wonderful performance once again to David Warner and his boys. Power move of the match, well, I've got to give it to Khushil Shah. I thought he was absolutely brilliant with the ball up first. 3 for 20, their figures that most spinners would take in any format of the game. But he also came in at a really important time and got those winning runs done with David Warner. 23 off 17 balls. Not the biggest strike rate, of course, but Karachi has been diabolical to deal with that wicket. 3 stylish falls though, all class as always. A true all-rounder, such a showstopper for Karachi Kings. And, Sultans, did they miss a trick letting him go? Who knows, but he's certainly been good for the Kings so far this season. Well, match number 12 saw us go to Multan for the first time this season. The hometown heroes, the Multan Sultans, taking on Lahore Qalandars. This was always going to be a big match. Mohammad Rizwan taking on Shaheen Shah Afridi. Sultans won the toss, elected to bat first, which everyone thought was a little surprising, but then the opening fireworks came. Mohammad Rizwan and Yasir Khan combined for a solid 89-run stand of just 45 balls. 9 fours, 6 sixes, pure dominance by those men up top. Total on the board, Multan Sultans a very impressive 228 for 5. But the pressure of chasing, scoreboard pressure, it's massive. And Lahore Qalandars fought back with all the heart that they had. It was the middle order stand that was probably the most impressive there. Sam Billings and Sikandar Raza, the international flair of the Englishman and the Zimbabwean, added a handy 38 of 22 balls, 2 fours, 2 sixes, but it simply wasn't enough. The final score, Lahore Qalandars managed 195 for 9. Multan Sultans, they had a big win, their first win of the season by 33 runs. The power move of the match, well, I'm going to give it to the young gun that came straight off the bench for the Multan Sultans, Yasir Khan. Now, Shai Hope had been opening the batting, the West Indian. He can be absolutely brilliant, yet to fire, and then in walks this young man, smashed a remarkable 87 runs off just 44 balls, showcasing his power hitting abilities. He hit 6 fours and 6 sixes. That's right, 36 of those runs coming from sixes alone, leaving the crowd in absolute awe. With a strike rate of 197.72, Yasir displayed pure dominance at the crease. What a performance by the young man. To think only 23 years of age, plenty in store for him. Match number 13, back-to-back matches for the Multan Sultans, but this time they were up against it. Islamabad United, undefeated so far in this edition of the tournament. Toss, well, Multan Sultans won that again, electing to bat first again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, says Mohammad Rizwan. But the Sultans' innings, it was himself, the captain, and Usman Khan putting on a vital 65-run stand of 41 balls, 5 fours and 4 sixes in that one there. They posted 168 for 5 in their 20 overs, but in the chase, Colin Munro and Andres House stitched together 81 runs of 48 balls, 8 fours and 4 sixes to keep that required run rate in check. In the end, well, they did it fairly easy. 171 for 3, clinched the victory by 7 wickets. Well done to the Islamabad United boys. They're still undefeated. Power move of the match. Well, I'm going to give it to Andres House. I thought the American, formerly a South African in terms of cricket anyway, was absolutely brilliant. Now, not just because it was 80 off 45 balls, red ink, 6 fours, 5 sixes, which was an unbelievable strike rate of 177.7, but it was the presence of mind to fight your way back after coming off the bench the last couple of matches. It's not easy being a top order batter, and it's not easy to get yourself back into the Islamabad side because they're such power hitters, but he was just brilliant. The clear, calm, focused head that got the job done. I thought it was a brilliant fight back personally, and a huge part of the fight back and the reason why Islamabad won. Lahore, Lahore, hey, we are back in Lahore for match number 14. It was the Peshawar Zalmi taking on Lahore Qalandars. Babar Azam versus Shaheen Shah Afridi. The big hitters, the big boys of the HBL PSL 10, has to be said. It was always going to be a blockbuster. Now, Peshawar Zalmi, Babar Azam wins the toss and elects to bowl first. We all thought it was a batter's paradise, but when it came to the Zalmi bowlers, they were absolutely on point from ball one. But then came the resistance. Sikandar Raza, once again the Zimbabwean, came out with Harris Ralph and stitched a gritty partnership of 36 off 28 balls. So Lahore Qalandars, they were bowled out in the 19.2nd over. What could the Zalmi do to chase it down? Well, 129 isn't a lot of scoreboard pressure, particularly when the dew comes in thick and fast, which is exactly what it did at Gaddafi that evening. Peshawar Zalmi led from the front by Mr. Babar Azam. He was brilliant, steady and calculated in the chase, surviving a bit of an early LBW scare, but all was well, and him and Hussain Talat put on a brilliant partnership of 93 off 70 balls. They smashed 9 fours and 2 sixes in that innings. Are they back to their winning ways? Peshawar Zalmi winning the match by 7 wickets. Power move of the match award, and the player of the match award actually, was Alzari Joseph, 3 for 15. Wonderful figures in any format of the game, but particularly when you are a fast bowler in the HBL PSL. He was clinical, he was calculated. He had his plans for all of those important big wickets that he got of Lahore Qalandars, and he's a man of few words, the very tall West Indian, but he was really brilliant today, and considering that we'd all thought it was going to be a batter's delight. I think JP Duminy said that if you're an ice cream lover, well, get them out tonight. If you're a batter, they're going to be absolutely everywhere all over this wicket. And he was just brilliant. So well done to him. It was a fiery spell that really did the damage against Qalandars. Well, he might not have been the power move or the player of the match, but special mention in my wild stat of this game has to go to Hussain Talat. It was a true all-rounder performance, absolutely brilliant. He took 2 wickets in 2.2 overs for just 18 runs, which was fantastic as, you know, not a frontline bowler, but very, very, very effective. And then he played a massive part in that partnership with Babar Azam, getting his 50 on the final ball, 51 of 37 balls in the end, 5 fours and 1 6. Great to see him back in the runs if you're a Zalmi fan. Over onslaught. Sorry, just one thing I want to check. It was 2 for 2.